Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. A beloved former Hallmark star has officially said goodbye to life in Los Angeles and begun building a new chapter in Tennessee. Jill Wagner recently opened up to people about her big move, sharing how much she cherishes the life she and her family have created there. Wagner has been a familiar face to fans through her work on numerous Hallmark favorites, including the Mystery 101 series, The Angel Tree, Hearts of Winter, and Christmas in Evergreen Tidings of Joy. She later expanded her career with projects for Great American Family and went on to star in Lioness. In an interview published on August 7th, Wagner recalled the very first time she and her then-fiancé, David Lemanoix, laid eyes on the Tennessee farmhouse that would eventually become their home. "It looked like something out of an old ghost story," she admitted. Built in 1912, the property had been sitting vacant for a decade and was in desperate need of major repairs. Known as the Scott Mansion, the home rests on 200 acres of beautiful countryside. Even though it was a fixer-upper, the couple instantly knew they couldn't walk away. Wagner shared, "We wanted to start a family, and I could already picture my children running around in the front yard. I knew this home could be brought back to life, and I wanted to be the one to restore this piece of history." Now, the actress embraces a hands-on, rural lifestyle. She homeschools her daughters, cares for a dozen cattle, and even tends to grapevines. "It's like Little House on the Prairie here," she said, describing the building that serves both as their schoolhouse and a chapel. When the couple discovered the Scott Mansion, Wagner was already feeling ready to leave Los Angeles behind. Having grown up in North Carolina, she realized, "I'm a small-town girl at heart." After 2 decades in Los Angeles working steadily in the entertainment industry, Wagner admitted that she missed the simpler pleasures she'd grown up with. Despite her Hollywood success, she told people she felt starved for the things I was used to, in a small-town lifestyle. Once she settled into her Tennessee property, Wagner says she felt like I gained something I'd been missing for a long time. The renovation process was no small task. It took 18 months to fully restore the home. Today, Wagner and Lemanoix live there with their daughters, Amy and Daisy, while his older daughter visits often. Reflecting on her new life, Wagner said, "I feel incredibly fortunate to be the person who gets to live here. As a little girl, I used to dream about living somewhere this magical." Some of her California friends have joked that her new lifestyle must be boring, but Wagner insists the opposite is true. "I watch my cows, I garden, I go outside with the girls, we hike. My sense of connection comes from life on the farm, being with my family, my neighbors, and nature," she explained. In search of a new chapter, Wagner and her husband, former pro hockey star turned Army reservist David Lemanoix, purchased the historic Scott Mansion, a 1912 farmhouse perched on 200 acres in Tellico Plains, Tennessee. Although it initially appeared as a scary haunted house, the couple saw beyond its neglected facade. With a vision of family, heritage, and restoration, they embarked on an 18-month renovation project to breathe new life into the home. Now settled on the farm, Wagner homeschools her daughters, Amy and Daisy, with their blended family sharing a slower, more intentional rhythm. Daily life includes tending to a dozen cattle, gardening, and instilling timeless values in an environment she describes as Little House on the Prairie here. In fact, their restored schoolhouse and chapel serve as a central, meaningful space for both learning and connection. Originally from North Carolina, Wagner readily identifies as a small-town girl at heart. After 2 decades in Los Angeles, she felt starved for the grounded, community-driven life she grew up with. On the farm, she rediscovered what she was missing. As she puts it, "I feel very lucky to be the person that gets to live here. As a girl, I wished I could live in a place this magical." Beyond private joy, Wagner and her husband share their land through annual community events like the Patriotic Pick, where locals can harvest muscadine grapes, with proceeds benefiting veteran causes. In an era that idolizes celebrity, Wagner's move signals a grounding embrace of simplicity, family, and personal fulfillment. Her decision shows that turning away from public recognition doesn't mean closing a chapter. It can be the start of one that's deeper and more rewarding. From restoring a historic home to hosting events for good causes, her journey remains anchored in purpose beyond herself. If you'd like, I'd be happy to explore her filmography, details of the restoration, or how this lifestyle shift aligns with similar stories of public figures reconnecting to roots. To share the story with her fans, Wagner posted on Instagram about her People interview, writing, "I'm proud of the life my husband and I have created for our girls." She went on to say she's a small-town girl from Walburg, North Carolina, who never thought in a million years that People magazine would take an interest in my little life. "I'm humbled and honored. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.